Are you able to, like, do things?
No.
No.
I don't do anything at all. Nothing.
But do you try to do things?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't at all.
But
Someone in Stockholm asked at the press conference, like, they're from Finland, and they're like, would you ever, I'm not going to do a Finnish accent, they're like, would you ever come to Finland? And I ended up saying stuff like, well, we just went to Belgium, so like...
I don't know, you go into these different rooms all around the world, people scream at you for ages, and then you leave, and then they don't scream at you anymore. And it's like, doing the whole pretty things, you're supposed to be pretty the whole time. Like super strength, brooding, like tortured soul, everything on a wire rig, like killing someone. And if you're not surprising yourself in life, then you might as well die.
It was kind of like having a honeymoon in England. Like we were playing board games and stuff. Instead of like making love on the beach and all those things. We're sitting like wrapped in blankets inside.
there's an app. Is it called Find Robert?
I don't know.
Where's Robert? And it's an app that they locate him.
And they're like, what do you know about Brussels? I'm like, you eat mayonnaise with your fries, and like that's...
Yeah, I mean, I thought that's one of the main reasons I did the movie. It's kind of like going to therapy. I mean, you have like 10 people around you like discussing what it is to mature and stuff, and it's like, what do you think he's thinking at this point? And I was like, do you mean what do you think I'm thinking? This little girl who was about 7 came up to me and she was like, she asked me to bite her, and but with such longing and passion, like she really, it wasn't just like, hey, can you bite me, please? She was like, I need you to bite me, and it's like, do you even know what you're saying? Like, I mean,
tell us one thing about yourself that most people don't know.
I'm really cool.
It was a town where, do you know at Christmas time when they play music in the mall?
Yes,
like,
I do
constantly?
know that. Yes.
The whole town had this playing. It was an abandoned town, just kind of a novelty western town. I'm probably being really rude now. It's probably not supposed to be a novelty town. Like, I mean,
Well, I hope it's a novelty town if they play Christmas music when it's not Christmas.
constantly. It was so scary. And but there's this one guy who you had to pay for a ticket to get into this thing in Stockholm, and he was like trying to throw stuff at me. He was trying to throw rocks or something. And there's suddenly this huge security concern and stuff. And I was like, wow, no, let him do it, let him. I want there to be mayhem.
I don't know. I mean, it's like, I was trying to think of an analogy earlier. I was thinking like, you know, it's something about some guy, if he says like, listen, I'm gonna kill you, it's something really attractive about that. I was like, yeah, I mean, I really can't see it.
So many different departments of the studio who are looking at what you're doing and have a significant say in what you're doing. Like the publicity department has a say in what you're doing in a scene, and it's like, excuse me? Like you're just like, and it only happens after you've done 3 of them, where you think you would get more power as an actor, but you get less and less and less.
We were doing this big fight, and every shot has these Ellen underpants in it. And it came to the point where, like, you know, there was producers like calling up my agent and stuff, going, I don't know what he's up to, but I don't like it. Even on the set, we're like, there's this scene with me and Kristen walking down the street in Rio, and yeah, all the extras just suddenly just grab you, and they're all getting thrown off by security. So you probably can see it in the movie. There's like just big security guys dressed as sort of Rio party goers.
Just the weirdest thing to me. They're like, you just see other things coming out which are like exactly the same as Twilight, and you're just like, how are you getting away with this?
Poor thing.
Yeah.
You were traumatized as a child, saving the snails, and then she takes your top cards and gives them to her son?
I know, literally. I saw it a year later, and her son was playing. His son was such an idiot.
Can you just make your best sexy face? Please.
That's a request, no question.
Can you? Can you do it?
I thought I was already doing it. No, I need to get, you know, I can't saturate the market too much.
Smart, yeah.
For one thing, in the Twilight movies, you can't smile because you look like a complete freak if you move your face too much. I learned that from the first one, and so I just consistently toned it down to the point where I don't make any expressions whatsoever.
I can walk into a room with tigers in it and just be completely okay with it. I don't know why. It's like when I walk into a bar or something, I'm like,
Yeah.
like, and then